This is Hannibal back here from the HannibalTV.com with a daily wrestling news update for you. There's a lot of news today. NXT did a zero point 0.2 rating for the WrestleMania week show. Of course, Nick Kahn has done an interview where he says The Rock is going to be around still as a talent after WrestleMania. He's filming his A24 movie, which is the one about Mark Kerr, who has a bunch of interviews on this channel. And I would actually consider him a friend, a good guy. And then he's going to do that Mona movie for Disney. And as far as Vince McMahon goes, he commented on the Janelle Grant allegations publicly for the first time, saying, quote, obviously horrific and serious as we take them and interpret them the same way any other reasonable person or organization would interpret them. You saw the quick resignation, end quote. Apparently, Johnny Ace, by the way, related to that situation, he's trying to side with Grant in order to be dropped from the lawsuit. I think Vince McMahon is going to actually go to court on this. Apparently, he has really good lawyers, and the whole point, one of the main reasons of a settlement, is to avoid all the bad stuff being brought up in court and to avoid like the humiliation or potential work related consequences. So Vince was already basically had to resign from WWE, and he's been bastardized on the internet. His reputation is gone. So I think to go into the lawsuit and try and win it would be his best option. I think he's sold like 700 million in stock so far, so you can certainly afford to defend a lawsuit at this point. Mercedes Moné is going to take on TBS champion Willow Nightingale at AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view coming up. That'll be her first match since her foot injury, which happened, I think, well over a year ago now. Edge did a promo where he addressed the CM Punk situation on Dynamite, and the one thing is, and Dave Meltzer brought this up, they didn't have to really address the Punk Ariel Helwani interview, which I talked about. I did see it. He came across well in that interview, explaining his issues with AEW, but not all that many people saw it. I mean, when I watched it, I think it had 150,000 views. So is it really worth bringing up and taking TV time to address, considering it's not like it was a widely viewed video? And it was also like an hour and 50 minutes. So how many people actually watched the whole thing? I mean, I ended up watching the whole thing, but I watched it in 3 or 4 different parts. And I was listening to it for news purposes. Steve Austin, by the way, said his favorite WrestleMania moment was WrestleMania 13 against Bret Hart. Drew Barrymore is going to be apparently one of the celebrities at WrestleMania this week. Matt Hardy has said that Jeff is still going to be another 3 to 4 weeks out after he broke his nose back in February against Sammy Guevara, who is suspended due to that mishap. Ronda Rousey is accusing Drew Gulak on pulling on the drawstring of her pants a few years ago. Apparently, this happened in front of a bunch of people. This didn't come out till now, so you would think that would be like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the the situation, but she said the people around didn't pay any attention to it. He's saying he went to shake her hand and accidentally touched the string. Um, he is dispensable, uh, so who knows what's going to happen with him over that. Um, but there was apparently a lot of people that witnessed this, and it's only coming out 2 years later. It seems weird that you would play with Ronda Rousey's drawstring in front of a bunch of people and not have her snap at you right in front of all of them. And I don't know anything about Drew Gulak, but he's saying he accidentally touched the string while shaking her hands. I don't really know how that happens either. I don't know if that's the best defense, but we'll see what happens. Will I be at WrestleMania? No, I really have no interest in it. I'll cover it, but I'm not even going to watch it. I watched it last year. I couldn't make it through night 2. I watched night 1. Um, but yeah, I'm just not interested at all in it. I'd like to watch the tag team match, but not enough to get the network. When wrestling goes to Netflix, I might get Netflix because there's other good stuff on Netflix, and you'll now have the pay-per-views and TV shows to watch the ones that you want to watch too. And as Nick Kahn said, it's also going to help international distribution because Netflix is international, so it'll be available in far more countries. The product, I think the Netflix deal is a good thing. Someone said Vince needs to lose the hair dye, locked up for the hair dye and mustache alone. I think he cut off the mustache. Tom says Vince makes over $1 billion. How exactly is he suffering? Yes, he did make over $1 billion. How is he suffering? He loves wrestling, and he's now not involved with it anymore. He could start his own company. He's pretty old to do that, but no, he's not suffering in his 80s, or sorry, in his 70s. I think he's in his late 70s, I believe, and he's a billionaire. It's not like he's suffering. Hi, Devonica. Jack Kilby says there's GNW podcast interviews coming up with Kid Cash, Sin Bowdy, and AWA's Greg Gagne, who is very popular on this channel. Sin Bowdy is a good guy. I don't know Kid Cash at all. DJ Monstrosity. I don't really have a favorite James Bond movie. I've seen a bunch of them, but none of them really stand out to me. No, Tom, I'm not. As I said, I don't want to watch it bad enough to get the what's it called? The network. The network, the Canadian version really wasn't good. So that's the other reason I'll wait for Netflix. Do I still wrestle? Well, I've had a very bad foot injury. I'm hoping that I can wrestle on the June 29th Great North Wrestling event in Napanee, Ontario. But time will tell. Time will tell. I wish everyone a great day. Am I doing the DP workout today? Now that you mention it, I will. I've also been slacking on that. I have to admit, I've been in a bad depression for a while now that I got to slip out of, and not doing the DDP workouts is probably not helping because I was feeling better physically when I was doing them. So yes, Tom, I am going to do it today just because you brought it up. Wish everyone a great afternoon. Oh, and by the way, John Paz is doing an interview with me tonight at 9 to celebrate his 9 years of podcasting.